Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how apparently Disney has shut down productions on the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. So this means one of two things. One, due to the writer's strikes, they temporarily shut production down, or they shut the production down indefinitely, which I wouldn't exactly mind if they shut the production down indefinitely. Because I'm not like. I love the Lilo and Stitch trilogy. Because there's Lilo and Stitch 1, 2, I think what the third one's called Leroy and Stitch. And they also had a Disney Channel show. I love that. The three movies on the show was great. They are classics. They always be classics. And I'm not a huge fan of Disney, like, doing every one of their classics into live action. Because now I'm kind of, like, at this point where whenever I hear something's live action, whether it's Disney or, like, Transformers or, like, getting, like, the rebooted, like, if the Ninja Turtles ever get a reboot on the big screen, I'm like, or whatever, like, already existing properties get a reboot or a reimagining, or, like, especially the reimaginings, but reboot or a live action version of themselves. I'm like, do we really need this? And that's, like I said, mostly because of Disney feeling the need to reboot and such, or reimagine their already existing properties that went so well in their time. So, I don't know. Anyways, let's see what this is talking about. Disney's live-action Lilo and Stitch has joined the ever-growing list of productions shutting down in the fallout of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Inspired by the 2002 animated film, Lilo and Stitch is one of several upcoming Disney live-action remakes, including that of Moana and Snow White. Disney release calendar may have only just begun its Hollywood roller coaster ride, but the timing of the strike and Lilo and Stitch filming schedule may allow for options. So strike shut down Disney's Lilo and Stitch remake. So according to a Hollywood Reporter, Disney paused production on its live-action remake on Lilo and Stitch due to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, expected to release on Disney Plus next year. Lilo and Stitch stars newcomer Mia Keola as Lilo, Chris Sanders reprising his voice as Stitch, and Zach Galifianakis as Jumba. Filming began on May 1st on location in Hawaii and offered a first look at Stitch's design. What's particularly noteworthy is the claim that the remake only had 1 week left out of filming before it was shut down. So, if I only had 1 week left before it was shut down, like the production shut down, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Disney decides to say, hey, we're temporarily, like, this is a temporary thing, they'll pick it up, if not in a matter of weeks, then, like, a month from now. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. So the fact that, what will Disney do with Lilo and Stitch? The fact that Lilo and Stitch was a week shy of wrapping puts the film in an interesting position and presents Disney with several options. For instance, Disney may choose to finish the movie with the footage it already has. Since the remake was headed straight to Disney Plus, this may be the best Disney financially for Disney financially, especially since it would save costs required to resume production post-strike. I thought Lilo and Stitch, the remake, was going to be a Disney Plus original anyways. Plus, I feel like if they intended to, like, shoot some more scenes, if it's only, like, one more day, then they might as well just shoot the scenes if they're going to release it, or not release it whatsoever. But I'm going to be jumping the gun here, and maybe this article is saying that already, so let's read. while live action remakes typically do well at the box office, they they're not always well received by audiences. Without the appeal of ticket sales, Disney may opt to hold Lilo and Stitch production for good. I want to go back to while live action remakes typically do well. Not for Disney as of late. Not Lilo and Stitch, Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, The Lion King. 3 examples of live actions that came out relatively recently. The Little Mermaid literally recently, like about what, a month ago? And like the Lion King reboot came out in 2019. And Pinocchio came out like what, last year? But all 3 reboots or what, live action remakes did not take well to audiences. So like, surely you got like the Ninja Turtles was like, we have like 2 versions of the live actions. The 90s trilogy and the Michael Bay Turtles, which the 90s trilogy is pretty good. Like, the third movie in the trilogy was compared to the first 2, but the trilogy was still good. The Michael Bay Turtles is decent. I'll give Michael Bay that. His 2 movies was decent. Not exactly the best Ninja Turtle content I might have seen, but still was pretty good. But like, the Ninja Turtles had more success, live action wise, than Disney has with the live action stuff lately, or live action remakes. Transformers, I feel like, has been more successful than Disney with their like making the Transformers movies as live action. What else? Marvel, from Phase 1 to from Iron Man 1 to Endgame, with the exception of like Captain Marvel, all their movies was really pretty well received. I think like excluding Miss Marvel, the weakest link, of the MCU at the time, between Iron Man 1 and Endgame, Avengers Endgame, was the Thor movies, the second and third one potentially the third one. But like, for like Disney, and yeah, sure you can say Marvel's under Disney, but I mean like Disney, not Marvel Disney. Disney's live actions hasn't been good. Like, anyways, after all, it would give Disney something new to drop on his streamer if the industry standoff continues for some time. Plus, there's the reality that the young Mia Keola may be considerably older by the time production could resume. Rather, Disney CEO Bob Iger. Wait, whoa, before I do, I hate to say this, but with Disney's obsession with the whole de-aging process, mostly like to like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, they could de-age Mia Keola to look and sound like how she did like before the production ended. Like, I hate to like put that out there, but there's that option. Since they seem to be obsessed with like the whole de-aging CGI in characters. I'm looking specifically at you, Lucasfilm. But whether Disney's CEO Bob Iger would greenlight this option is unknown, especially in the wake of his Disney Plus content purge for costing, saving, and quality control measures. However, if not, the good news is that Lilo and Stitch has little left to film, meaning production may be able to stick to its release or close to it, depending on when an agreement is reached. Hopefully, whatever happens and whatever Disney decides, it will be the best choice for the live action remake itself and all the talent involved. I think Because, like I said, if we really have like one more day of filming for Lilo and Stitch, we really have like two options: live, like realistic, logical options. Finish filming for that one more day, get it done, and then edit and release it on Disney Plus, which I think I say, but this might be a good idea to release it on Disney Plus if we do decide to release it. But you need to like finish that one day filming first, or don't release it at all if you're not going to like do that day filming, because I feel like a lot of people will notice. If that makes sense. But like I said, I don't exactly like. I don't think I hate exactly the idea of Lilo and Stitch being live action. I think I'm aboard that idea of Lilo and Stitch being live action. Like, in terms of, I don't think that's a bad idea. Especially if Disney executes this right. But I'm opposed to like Disney, like, this might sound contradictory to what I'm going to say. To what I just said, I mean. And I'm not opposed to the idea of Lilo and Stitch as a movie getting a live action remake. I'm also opposed to it. Because, like I said towards the beginning of this video, I'm not a huge fan of Disney remaking all of their classics into live action. I'm not. I feel like that's a really lazy way to do things. If they're doing it for money, they're not being really successful at it as of late. Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, The Lion King. Movies in live action. Well, I take it back. The new Pinocchio movie was The Adventures of Pinocchio was in 1996. That was good. If you guys want to watch a good live action Pinocchio movie, watch the 1996 film. That was good. But like, there's like, even though there's like, I'm not exactly opposed to Lilo and Stitch live action. I don't want it. Not until Disney learns to calm the hell down, making all their classics into live action. Once they stop making all their classics into live action, then and only then will I be open, officially like really open for Lilo and Stitch to be like have a live action remake. Like, I will like totally give myself to okay that Lilo and Stitch can be live action, especially if Disney does it right. So I'm kind of torn because of that, but that's all I can really say. I will try and repeat myself, but well, I guess you can say that the guy who plays Stitch in the anime movie, which I'm trying to look on here, so where his name was, which I don't see it right now. I'm trying to look for it. Sorry. Okay, Chris Sanders. Since Chris Sanders is coming back as Stitch, you can potentially say that's the best news for this movie. I mean, I feel like hearing Chris Sanders coming back to voice Stitch is as good of a news as hearing James Earl Jones is coming back to be Mufasa again in the live action Lion King, or James Earl Jones reprising as Darth Vader in an upcoming Star Wars film. And this, case in point, Rogue One. But But I have to say, like, even though, like, I just said that Chris Sanders reprising his role as Stitch is potentially, like, the best news for this live action remake of Lilo and Stitch, that doesn't mean that I'm, like, that doesn't exactly make me more excited for the movie. If that makes sense. Because I'm kind of the same way with the new Ninja Turtle movie. I'm not really that excited for the new Ninja Turtle movie that's coming out next month. Like, I'm. And that's because Seth Rogen is leading it, right? But I have said, I believe on previous streams, I know some videos, I am excited to see how Paul Rudd does as Mono Gecko because I think that's the perfect casting. Regardless of how I feel about the new Ninja Turtle film, I think that is the perfect casting because I think Paul Rudd would make the perfect Mono Gecko. But that doesn't make me more excited for the movie. And same with Chris Sanders as this for the live action. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have one over day, but kind of one other. Talk to you later.